All right, so this is something that I thought I should talk about because it's something that you will experience as you start to go through your journey. Let me put the light down a little bit. We do it live. We do it live. We do it live. But this is something that you're going to experience as when you start to build a business or when you get into a relationship, if you're going to get married or if you're getting into your fitness journey. So when you first start, you may see a lot of support. I'm gonna talk about business specifically here because something that I experience all the time, and this is a reality. And if you experience this, this is a normal thing. So when you start a business or you start something, you start a community or you start anything, obviously you don't really have any visibility yet. People don't really know you yet, so people are just it's kind of like you have to find your way. So you start with your family members, you start with your friends. So you may upload, maybe you put some content out on social media, maybe on your personal page. Maybe you started a business and you started sharing it with some of your friends. Hey, I started a skincare business. Hey, you start sending your website to them, or maybe you're going to trade shows and all that stuff. What happens is there's different categories. So there's people that will support you, like they will actively support you, they'll believe in you, they'll really really be there for you, and they will like even want to invest with you, right? But that's a very small percentage of people. That's like 1%, maybe less. Very very small percentage of people, right? And then there's people who are just gonna watch you do it. They're just gonna watch. They're not gonna say anything. They're just gonna be watching. I think they call them pocket watchers. They're just gonna watch you. So when they see you in trade shows, whatever, they, oh hey, how's it going? You'll see them, and they'll be like, yeah, I see you doing your thing. Oh, keep going, right? But in general, they will never like say anything. They will not support you. They will not be there. They will just be watching, right? And part of that is because they have their own lives. Everyone has their own lives, so also be aware of that. Like it's not you're not the main character. People just have their own lives going on. And then there's going to be a part of people who are going to try to put you down. So these people are, I don't know why they do this, but these are people that are going to say, they're going to laugh when you try something. So when you start putting out content, they're going to be laughing. They're going to be like, oh, I saw your piece of content. It was so funny. Even though it wasn't a funny piece of content, it was actually something serious. Uh, there's going to be people that are going to ask you, why are you doing this? Get a real job. There's going to be people they're going to just criticize you because of what you're doing. And I kind of wanted to share this because this is at the start, right? And as you start to go along with it, the people that are really really supportive of you, they're also going to start to get a little quiet too. And then at some point when things aren't really popping the way that you anticipated, because that's just business in general, people are gonna start slowly stop believing in you. Like people will start see your vision, but people are gonna slowly stop believing in what you're doing, and they're going. It's gonna be that way until you start to see results. That's just a thing. It's an unfortunate thing, and a lot of people just won't support you. It is a big thing, right? Like for example, I started a group on Snapchat. It's not a business or anything. I just started a group, and when I first started, everyone was so excited, right? Everyone was like, "Yeah, this is great, this and that and that." And people started posting, and as time went on, people just stopped posting. People got quiet. There was one person who was trying to he's trying to like throw some little shade on there, so I had to remove him off the group. And then people will leave, right? Even some of your closest friends will leave, and you'll kind of be at a point where it's just gonna be you. Even if you're married, even if you have your parents, whatever it may be, like they may be supportive, but at the end of the day, it's just gonna be you. And I'm sharing this because it's something that I've been experiencing for my own self. I've been doing this for a while. Again, like I said, this is not like something new. I've been working on my own stuff for years, and I've succeeded at some points, and I failed probably the majority of the time. And the times I've succeeded, it's like when it comes, it comes. And people start to show up, people start to pop in. It's like, oh wow! But once you start to fail, you start to see some challenges, or things don't pop up the way that you want to. That's when people are kind of like just They kind of walk away, not walk away, but people are like, okay, cool, like he's just doing his thing. Or maybe people will respect you in the background, but they're not gonna go out of their way to support you at that. So the biggest thing here is when you feel this thing, that's when you go harder. That's when you just double down on what you're doing, because it means that you've been in this thing for so long now that people are actually now tired of seeing you do it. When you first start something, it's like it's exciting. It's like, oh cool, like this person, they're new, right? It's like new and fresh. But it's like when you've done something for so long and people just see it, it kind of becomes a normal thing for them. So a lot of people might even start to think, oh, this person, this is what he does for a living. Like they may think that this is what they do for a living. This is cool. Or they may actually maybe think even higher of you, whereas you may think, oh, like I'm not there yet. Some people may actually think a lot higher of you. Oh, this person's actually doing it for a living. Like he's actually doing it. And then obviously there's some people that may think otherwise. Like, oh, this person's not. They're not doing, like they're just doing this part time. They're not there yet. I can tell you guys that I'm doing okay with it. Alhamdulillah. I don't reveal too much to people, but it is getting there. And as you kind of build it, you start to build some confidence too. You start to build confidence on yourself. You start to feel like, oh wow, like I'm starting to slowly see some fruits from this. This is starting to become a benefit. So the biggest message I have here for anyone who's kind of going through this, you feel alone, you feel like there's no one there, like you feel like no one's there to support you, just understand that that's just part of the process. You will experience this. This isn't something oh like, oh, why is this happening? No, this is something that's completely normal. You will go through this. Just take it one step at a time. Focus on you and understand why you started, and keep adapting, keep adjusting, because the more you adapt, it's funny because the more you adapt, there's going to be certain people that were there at the start and they may start to resent you. There's people that may it changes. Like you can't rely on what happens on the outside, like what people think of you. You can only control what you can only control your actions, right? So if people aren't supporting you at this time and point, maybe they think that you're lost. You're just not figuring out this business that you're doing. There's a reason why you're doing it, right? There's a reason why you're doing it. There's a reason why when you wake up in the morning, you are actively doing it. You have your reason. So whatever your business is, you stick with that. You keep going. You keep learning. And this is one thing that I've learned that has actually really helped me. Start connecting with people that are also in the same business. Because a lot of people, when you realize that people that are not in the same industry as you, when they're trying to when you're talking to them, they don't really understand what you're talking about because they can't see it. It's like me. Like when I think of a lawyer, right? I watch the show Suits, but I'm sure that's not what being a lawyer like truly is. I'm sure there's more than all the dramatic stuff of being a lawyer. There's the boring stuff that people have to do, right? And that's the same working out, right? People think that, oh, when you work out, you got to hit PRs every time. No, a lot of the workouts are boring. There's nothing specific that you're going to do in the workouts. So it's like that. Or like a doctor. Like you can watch a movie, you can do this, but you will not know what it's like to be a doctor, right? You won't know what it's like to be a professional athlete. Like a lot of people are on the sidelines saying, oh, this person sucks. This person's not a good player. Doesn't that... Maybe they're not great right now, like in that pool, but they're a lot better than us. There's a reason why they're there. So a lot of times we can't see that person's viewpoint because we're not there. So that's another thing too. Start connecting with people that are in your industry. And what you'll find is you'll start to learn a lot more. You'll start to see things. You'll start to talk to them about your struggles. They'll start to see your struggles. It's a lot more of a relatability thing. And those are people that will really support you. Like I swap my content, my fitness content to Islamic content, like Islamic fitness videos. And some of the coaches that are there, they're not Muslims. They still like my stuff. Even though they don't have to. Whereas like a lot of my closest friends, like they probably follow me on Instagram, but I don't think they like any of my stuff. So also remember also too, when it comes to like your closest friends or family members, there's a sense of familiarity for them. So a lot of people will just see you as who you were before. So when you start to grow, they can't see you past that, right? So if you become a new person 6 months down the line, they can't see you past that because they seen you as a previous person, right? So always remember that as you start to grow, a lot of people will still see you as that person that you were before, but you are actively growing. And the reason why also too is because a lot of people, when they work regular jobs or 9 to 5s, which is totally fine, they don't they're not growing. A lot of people are not growing. They're kind of just going to work, coming back, going to work, coming back, going to work, coming back, going to work, coming back. So they're not actually growing as individuals. So that's something also to bear in mind. Now I'm gonna cut the video because my throat. Oh, I've had a little sore throat, as you guys can hear my voice. But this is something I really wanted to talk about. So yeah, I know. Just if you're feeling this way, don't give up, right? It's part of the process. Find people that are in the same industry as you. Maybe find people that are in the same level as you for now. And then try to find people that are also in a higher level and your lower level. So you could actively help each other out. I'm in a coaching program. It's been really helpful in that sense. I've connected with a lot of people in my industry. And I've even been helping a coach with some of his clients. So that's something I want to share. It's normal to feel alone. You will find these times when it's just you, and that's just normal. It's part of the process. Trust the process. I also created an Islamic fitness Islamic channel. I kind of want to keep this channel a little bit more general, where it's like a little bit more just talking about stuff like this. So the fitness Islamic video content, it's going to be more fitness related, but it's going to be more catered towards the Muslim community. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll leave the link down below. And of course, online fitness coaching is also there as well, or just online coaching in general. And yeah, we can talk there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again, and peace.